Welcome everyone to the third StakeHound Ask Me Anything session. This is Albert Castellana, CEO of StakeHound, and I'll be here every week with a conversation with an industry leader to discuss the state of the industry, staking, and DeFi. StakeHound brings staking and DeFi together so that you no longer have to choose between earning from staking while securing your beloved networks or earning from participating in the booming DeFi applications. Thanks to StakeHound, you'll be able to trade a one-to-one representation of any proof of stake token on Uniswap or borrow against them on Aave or Cream. Today with us, we have Sandeep Nailwal. Hello, Sandeep.
Hello, Albert. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for joining us. Sandeep has been involved in many tech businesses since he started. He really has always been focused on scalability, and essentially he jumped into blockchain in 2017. He found his calling on the scalability arena and co-founded Matic Network alongside Jayanti Kanani and Anurag Arjun. Sandeep is the CEO of Chief Operating Officer at Matic, and his focus is to basically push forward the vision of the Matic network. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Sandeep. Could we maybe start, could you tell us a bit about yourself and your background, please?
Yeah, so I also come from a computer science background. Like all three of us Matic founders are kind of come from a tech background, and I was as you mentioned that I was running a B2B business the services side of things back in 2015-16, and that's when I realized that it has a lot of human angle related to it, and that's why it's not scaling the way I wanted to scale. I wanted to build a heavily exponentially growing kind of platform or startup or something, right? So that's when I started reading more about blockchains and stuff, and then since then it's been a long journey, I think. So with Matic Network, we Jayanti, for example, my co-founder, he was researching in the plasma domain, and he was at that point in time, before that, only very closer to that, CryptoKitties had broken out, and we realized that scalability, the industry is not ready for mass adoption, and it's been 3 years, and I think only now these scalability solutions are there, and now we can think of applications having few 100,000 users, and daily average users of maybe running into a couple of thousands, and then we for example, even in the blockchain games, we hardly have few thousand users playing in the blockchain field. And then if you see the traditional world, it's hardly once very normally famous or a very low below average game would have 100,000 users or maybe a million users a day. So we started Matic from the vision of providing that scalability and then getting it to mass adoption. Our first discussion or first public discourse has started from adoption, and today also we are very proud that after 3 years also our vision is very, very clear that we want to build something which people adopt. And now you can see already the way things are going. I'm happy that we have been able to push Matic to the especially in the gaming industry. It's kind of becoming the de facto scalability platform, and now the DeFi is also picking up because gas fees on Ethereum is very, very high. Right. So so my role is, as you rightly mentioned, that my role is anything apart from the tech at Matic. My role is to keep the lights up and keep pushing Matic's vision to the market. So that's a little bit about me.
That's great. I mean, we've all seen how the fee market has been over the last month or two, essentially, right? We've all seen how Ethereum has been performing. How has been your experience from a scalability solution point of view? What have you seen over the last couple of months?
So yeah, I mean, I think that even now, the production grade ready solutions are only few, and then I'm happy to say that Matic is I think many people consider Matic as the only sort of production grade ready solution right now for scalability right now. And there are some other layer ones also, but layer ones I feel they are sort of it's very hard for them to capture the market share, the kind of network effects Ethereum has, especially for DeFi, for example. You can't really beat Ethereum at those kind of network effects. So I think most of them are like trying to somehow, be closer to Ethereum and then yet trying to, beat Ethereum at its core work. But I think it's very, very difficult. So in the scalability space, like I think layer two, that's why we believe that, layer two makes a lot of sense on Ethereum. And then if that can be built in a way where, if it is secure and it allows like to and fro movement of assets as well as states between multiple chains and all that, that would be a really good thing to have. And then we believe that larger kind of adoption will slowly and steadily move towards layer 2 solutions. And in layer 2 I think most of the solutions, like whichever are live, for example Loopring and ZK Sync, they are really good at payments. But then the problem is that you can only do payments over there, right? So and then as a user you have to first deposit onto the side chain, like the layer 2 solution, and then do a payment, and then withdraw it back and all that. So not sure whether it makes too much of sense at this scale, where they want to do it. So that's why I believe that Matic is more of a, like we even at the Reddit kind of scaling challenge, we also wrote that Matic is, as per us, is the most complete solution. Like it has developer friendliness, it has scalability, it supports smart contracts, like where you can build multiple smart contracts and things like that, and yet have the probability and everything of layer 2. So I believe that those things are very key important factors which are getting Matic thing. And for other layer 2 solutions, I think it's a difficult path to capture. That's it.
Got it. So how do you see like DeFi taking on Matic? Like what are the steps? Like how does it work? What will it mean to have all these different DeFi applications on Matic, or like what would it take?
Yeah. So I think that if you can already see that with Matic having a 2-second block time and like the transaction fees running in like I don't even have an exact word, like how many cents it is, like it's 0.00 cents or something. Like today only I saw the Abe CEO Stani tweeting about it, right? And he said that, like, imagine when you can have an oracle like Chainlink on Matic, which actually is updating the price every 5 seconds. Right now on Ethereum, because of the gas constraints and all that, it can only be updated like once in 10 minutes or something like that, right? On Matic, they can do it every second. So imagine the kind of like not every second, every 2 seconds, basically 2.1 is the average time over there. So imagine the kind of efficiency it will bring to the DeFi space, as well as like many of these lending and borrowing kind of use cases. It also makes like these liquidity farming and all that, people have to spend like thousands of dollars just to get into a pool or claim their rewards and all that. And that actually essentially, if you see, what it makes is that it completely takes the retail out of the game, right? Because with a retail person who only has $1,000 and he has to pay like $100 for getting into a pool, he can't really do that farming and stuff, right? All these big ticket farming and all this stuff we are talking about, this is mostly for like large players like whales, as we call it in the space. So I believe that it will give retail also a larger representation in all this liquidity farming and all that. So we have a lot of projects, like there's a project called EasyFi, which is launching a compound like staking system. We have players like Chainlink, oracles like Chainlink, who are looking to provide solutions like the Oracle solutions on Matic. We have even like kind of derivative staking protocols like you guys that you are exploring. There is a project Oro Pocket which is doing synthetics, gold and silver synthetics on Matic. There is a project which is building a synthetics, like full-blown synthetics, decentralized synthetics offering. So there is like a lot going on. There are people who are building Uniswap kind of exchanges on Matic. There is India's biggest exchange, WazirX, is launching a balancer protocol based DEX, AMM based DEX on Matic. So there are quite a large number of projects which are doing various activities. And I believe that during the early days, it will be very good for the community to jump on to some of those projects and like we want retail to be empowered again, like, rather than like we are not a big VC based firm. We are only backed by Coinbase and Binance. But apart from that, we are more of a retail and community project. And we want that community to get, ample representation. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
absolutely. Like the high fees basically leave pretty much everyone outside, right? And at the same time, like yeah, I think that it's necessary to make those fees go lower. We need to kind of democratize, the DeFi in this case, right?
Mhm.
And similarly with staking, right? Like precisely like the reason why we build StakeHound is because we want to be able to bring staking to DeFi, right? Like we want everyone that right now holds, any layer one solution, like anyone layer one token, to be able to kind of use them on this DeFi ecosystem that we're all building, right? So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very looking forward to seeing like all the different stake tokens on Matic, and like I really want to see kind of the DeFi infrastructure that your teams and like all the different community are already building on Matic. I think that's super interesting.
Yeah.
Changing topic a little bit, right? So Matic is a proof of stake network by itself, right? So can you tell us a bit about like why that's the case? Where you see that's the benefit? Like what is the Matic token? Why is it for?
So Matic network, like before getting into that, let's understand how Matic works, right? So Matic has a 3-layered architecture. So you have, let's say, Ethereum at the top, right? And then you have the Matic validator layer. And then finally there is a Matic chain, right? Which is on which you are EVM chain, where you are executing transactions. So the EVM chain, is run by the like randomly selected block producers, which are selected from this layer only, and they get changed every few minutes, right? So like let's say there are 100 validators in this layer.
Yep.
Out of them, some validators get selected, they produce the blocks, and then somebody else comes in, then somebody else comes in. So, overall these 100 validators are running the chain, and these, like, some of them are selected to run the, like, execute or produce the blocks. Then all of the 100 ones are kind of validating the blocks, and then they are submitting a checkpoint or a commit point onto the Ethereum chain for the final provability, because Matic staking happens on Ethereum. So all the people stake and everything is on Ethereum, right?
Uh-huh.
And if, let's say, something goes wrong over there, people can actually go to Ethereum and then, challenge any transaction and whatnot. So that's a third level of security. So you can see that there are 3 layers of security in this. And this security is primarily managed by 2 ways. One is that we have the validation layer, which has the 100 validators. They are proof of stake validators. So they have to stake Matic token in order to participate in this network and earn the transaction fees and earn the block rewards. So that is the core utility. Like, proof of stake is the core utility of Matic. And plus, since these people have to do a consensus amongst them, sign a transaction and put it on Ethereum main chain, right? And then on Ethereum main chain, you are getting a Plasma security from the Plasma framework. So coming back to the original question, that what are the important utilities of Matic? Matic is a staking token in this proof of stake network. Plus, Matic is also used for paying the gas fees on on the Matic network chain.
Understood. So like we were discussing just before the call, like kind of the implications that DeFi has for staking, right? Like I was saying, basically in the last month, we've seen how the assets, like the total value locked in staking, has basically gone in a month from $23 billion down to $19 billion, right? So do you think that there's competition between DeFi and staking? How do you see that competition happening? Is that something that concerns you or like makes you worried?
Yeah. So, I feel that the overall free markets balance these two things out. So, like right now, there is a lot of we see a surge in DeFi protocols. There's liquidity farming happening. Everybody wants to farm their tokens and whatnot. But as you can already see, we have seen around 15-20 mega kind of booster or mega blockbuster tokens. And there is a limit that how many tokens can really provide that kind of APY and that kind of value increment, so that the APYs make sense. And I feel that this is a temporary phenomena. Like, once you have more than 100, 200 tokens, like, it's very hard to get the attention from everyone. And I think the previous, like the well-structured tokens, like Uniswap launched their token today. I feel that it's fairly structured, and then they have a 2% inflation rate also. So I think slowly and steadily, and plus you saw the spams like, these hot dogs and sushi, like the whole
Yeah.
drama in the industry and all that. So I think that slowly and steadily the bigger fishes are going to realize that, like not every token is farmable, not every crop, they should, get the yield from. So, I think the markets will balance it out, balance the things eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Do you see the value of having the staked Matic? Like, what would you see the value? Like, how would you like to see that used, I guess?
Yeah. So I think like, like the idea that I have seen from StakeHound, like, where people can stake their Matic tokens with StakeHound and then yet get some, derivative token, which they can take it into the DeFi system and then, maybe, provide liquidity somewhere, put it into some lending protocols and whatnot. I think that's a very interesting idea. And for people, it actually, increases their avenues where they can maximize their yield. So I think the staked Matic token, like a derivative token that you guys are working on, which provides liquidity of the staked tokens, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And many people would want to have some sort of that liquidity if somebody wants that liquidity, and then they want to like don't want to keep that position, want to liquidate it for some time, like sell it in the market, then recover it back and kind of run the validator nodes and whatnot. So the possibilities are endless over there. So I think that the derivative stake tokens are kind of increasing in the in the popularity. And we have seen, like, for example, there is another project which does it on chain, like Staffy, for example, which is trying to connect multiple chains. Like you guys are doing it for like traditional old chains, like like NEM and Zcoin and whatnot. Like these are like very, very big communities that you are bringing into DeFi. So these projects are already getting a lot of traction, and I think that's why like once you guys come out with the offering, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people will be interested in that. So yeah, I mean, very, very excited about that particular prospect.
Cool. No, that's very interesting. Like, thank you for the kind words, by the way. So what, like, is there anything that you would like to kind of like let your community know, or like let the StakeHound community know about Matic, that like anything that we'd like to highlight that we haven't discussed?
So yeah, I mean, I would say that StakeHound community, I mean, like we have not discussed with you, like, are you looking to do anything in the sort of NFT kind of space also? Like, like, there's a lot of DeFi plus NFT coming on. So I would say, because, Matic has become sort of a de facto platform right now for gaming and NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be really cool to see if you guys, can create some derivative NFT kind of DeFi plus NFT kind of scenarios. I've seen a very interesting project called Aave Gotchi, which is building something on top of Aave. So interesting project. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
I would say that it's something you can do over there. It would be very interesting for the StakeHound community.
I'm very interested in seeing as well what the different like stake tokens communities like come up with as well, right? Like you're gonna see that people from all these different communities, like the ones you said, like NEM or like Zcoin, they're gonna be able to do things that can potentially not be done immediately on their layer one platforms directly, right? I mean, NEM, for example, has the capability to do these sort of things, and actually like Zcoin as well, it has tokenization of assets. You can tokenize things as well, right? But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what can be done in there, and I really hope we can see some cool NFTs for sure. Cool.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. Please remember to like basically like please like looking forward to our next conversation. Just like let us know if you want to have another conversation, and in this case on your side of the fence.
Yep.
Like to the community, I would like to say that please remember to subscribe and like the channel to join future conversations, and remember that Sandeep is going to be like joining the Telegram channel now to just have if you guys have any other questions, or if you guys want to kind of chat with him, right?
Yep.
So yeah, thank you all very much for being with us today, and see you guys next week.
Yep. Thanks, Albert, for having me
Bye.
here. Thank you so much. Yeah.
You too.
It's
Bye,
great
Sandeep.
interacting with the StakeHound community. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.